Today we're doing the Sibling Rivalry, the first Sibling Rivalry cook-off. And we inviting Sherry by. So we're cooking ramen noodles.
Ramen noodles. How you putting the noodles in the water?
Okay, I know, Monét. I have my tactics, Miss Thing.
Why my water not boiling?
Boil your water before you come for me.
Oh my goodness, you are so full of shit.
Oh, y'all
This
starting.
bitch made a fucking Miss Frizzle squiggly line.
Oh, y'all hoes.
Talking about some garnish.
Oh, y'all hoes ain't ready. Y'all hoes ain't ready.
So what I'm gonna do now is, unlike Bob, just throwing the nuts on this plate, I'm gonna pulverize my nuts.
It was not.
Sherry, you look fucking gorgeous. New York City legend Sherry Vine.
So let's let her go ahead and try her meal.
You have to listen to those. We're not gonna tell you who this is.
Well, this one gets an extra point for presentation.
Hello. Oh.
Because there's like, I like
Inspired.
It's literally not moving.
I think.
Sorry, this one's my favorite.
Yes!
I'll eat my own shit.
Anyways, I will have a bite of this delicious.
She's so angry.
Isn't Monét just see? If you, Sherry, you are experiencing what I go through on a daily basis.
Yeah, I've never seen the competitive side of Monét before.
Yeah,
certainly not on TV.
All right.
Girl, it was so good.
Sherry Vine is, I feel like, one of the last legends here in New York City, and we're losing one of our last legends.
Well, Bunny will always be here.
Yeah, okay, but he would never leave.
I guess I was kind of the longest working queen, still working in like the bars and stuff.
Yeah. So I mean, who do you think of when you think of legends in New York City?
Oh, legends in New York City. I think of Sherry Vine. I think of Lady Bunny. I think of Joey Arias, and I'm trying to think who else is in New York City.
I agree with those. Kevin Aviance, Bianca Del Rio.
Where are all the people who did what was that show that you guys did?
Queens of New York.
Queens of New York. Like I think it's like a
God.
lot of those people. Which I still watch clips of that all the time. By the way, it's so good. But then Acid Betty and Dallas
Epiphany.
and Epiphany.
Do you remember when they had that clip where actually I'd be laughing at this. It was
What?
it was Mimi Umpers, and she like built this closet for her dad.
Oh my god. And then he showed it to
So
the
she
part
built
of
this
it.
closet for drag, and her dad came was.
It wasn't even her dad. That show was kind of.
Work! It wasn't her real dad?
That is
Work.
Okay, so,
Oops.
So the thing is, Queens of New York is still on YouTube. Mimi Umpers built this closet, and she wanted to show her dad, who never accepted her. And then he came, and he refused to be interviewed, and he did not accept his gay son.
I mean, it did represent her real father, but it wasn't her real father.
Work.
There was a lot of things that I kind of thought that's where that show went wrong. At first, I was like, oh, this is going to be really cute. This is a really good idea. And then as soon as they started kind of doing dramatizations, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, like
that
watching
weren't
Ragtime.
real.
Yeah.
Then I was just like, oh, no, this isn't going to work.
And it just says in the bottom, dramas. This is a dramatization of this actual thing.
So you are moving to LA tomorrow.
Yes.
Why are you leaving New York City, Sherry Vine? What did New York do to you?
No, it's actually a super hard decision. I've been here for 26 years,
Wow.
minus the 3 that I lived in Berlin. But when I went to Berlin, it was different because that's when Giuliani was kind of destroying nightlife and Disney was buying New York. And it was just, and you know, they were raiding, I don't know if you guys probably weren't around then, but they were actually like raiding the bars. The fire department would come to.
Like some of the 60s style shit?
Yes.
Really?
Exactly. The fire department would come, and if someone was dancing, they would turn the lights on, stop the music. They were frisking people every night, and you'd get like in drag and go there and be like, okay, well, I'm not doing a show, so I'm not getting paid.
Oh, wow.
And so it was really weird. So when I moved to Berlin, it was like, I need to get away from New York. And this time it's not. I love it here so much. It's like Jackie and I have been working on some projects for like 5 years, and then that entire time I've been like, when I need to come here, I'm going to come, and it just got to where I was like, okay, I need to be there.
Yeah.
This feels to me like when Liza Minnelli moved to Malibu. Because I was like, you know, Liza is a through and through New York girl, and she sings, it's up to you, and like she won't leave. And then I mean, she was like in her late 60s, I think, and she was like, I just gotta go.
I'm not in my late 60s.
No, you're in your early 70s.
Early
Yeah.
hundreds.
No, but she was like, I guess she just figured it was time to move, and I remember thinking to myself, I can't believe Liza is leaving me. I felt like I was losing something. When fucking now I feel like I'm losing something when but also you gotta do what's
Yeah,
right.
and you know what? I don't make any money. I mean, I don't do anything creative here really anymore. I don't really make any money in New York at all because it's always like on the road, and I don't even shoot my videos now. If I want to shoot any videos, which I don't do a lot of, but if I do anything, I go to LA and like Willem lets me shoot in her studio, and I work with Kane and that whole group, and so there's a whole team that I don't really have here anymore that I do have there. But the main reason is Jackie and I are working on a bunch of projects.
Can you tell me what is one of your fondest, craziest New York City nightlife memories that you have?
Well, girl,
Like, I want
from 92 to 2000. I know, it was really fun. I hate being like, oh, back in my day. But the 90s in New York was crazy.
Yeah.
It was crazy. It really was like anything goes.
Really?
Oh, it
Well,
was.
bitch, I still feel like that. Anything
No,
goes
it
for me,
doesn't.
honey.
You know,
It really doesn't.
When some old queen's like, back in my day, they would do a line of coke off the bar, and the bartender would give you a Black Beauty, and then you'd run down the street on Quaaludes. But now, of course, now they're at the door, like, you know, with the IDs, checking and everything,
Yeah.
which they should be doing. Yeah.
One person in the toilet at a time. It's really changed.
I don't know if you remember this, but years ago I had a podcast with my drag sister, Frosty.
Of
Flip.
course.
And you were our
What
first...
happened to her?
Frosty moved
She
to...
died.
She died.
She moved back to Ohio.
Oh, she died.
Yeah, she died. So we were, and we had you as our first guest. We were like, we got Sherry. This is crazy. Sherry said yes. Before I knew you said yes to anything, I was like, Sherry. And then you told us a story about you and Joey Arias.
Oh, God.
In Berlin, and you were hooking up with some guy, and then you said that Joey Arias, Joey was eating his ass, and you were blowing him, and then Joey looked up, and you looked in the face and said, his ass tastes like shit, and
I love it. Literally this close with just like some hairy nuts right between us. Yeah. I didn't say I was proud of it, but that's a true story.
That is one of the funny. I remember you.
I ran out of the room. I was like, "He's all here." I think she was just saying that to get rid of me.
It tastes like shit I love. I can't even imagine that. When you're like blowing a guy and like you put your hand back, then you come back and you smell a fucking girl, that is a red flag. No.
I don't want anything to do. I'm not going anywhere near there anyway. So I want nothing to do with it.
Not playing in the back door.
No.
Okay, so now did you bring back are you leaving any drag artifacts here for the queens who are
I had a
behind?
huge yard sale. I mean, I gave so much stuff away because it was just impossible to bring
Right.
everything. I just was like, I can't afford to send 30 boxes of drag, and I didn't want to rent. I don't own any nice furniture, so I wasn't bringing that. So I kind of weeded it out, and things that weren't made for me, like things I bought off the rack, whatever. I was like, I can part with this. But I gave a lot of stuff away, a lot of shoes, a lot of drag, tons of wigs.
Do you have any outfits that you think me and Monét could squeeze into?
It's all gone now, Hanny.
Do you have any upcoming projects that you can spill the tea on? You can let us know about?
Well, I literally land tomorrow. It's at 10 a.m. in LA and go straight to Golden Girls rehearsal. So.
All right. You, Jackie.
Me, Jackie, Sam Pancake, who's an actor, Drew Drogi,
Oh, yeah,
and our
Drew.
special guest this time is Alec Mapa. So.
Oh, work. Love Alec.
And who does
Yeah.
the special guest play?
He's doing Aunt Angela. Do you remember? She plays
No.
Sophia's sister.
She's never seen Golden Girls.
I never really seen Golden Girls. I know. Everyone needs to know every time.
But I've also never seen Sex and the City, so that's why.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
Oh, what? Sherry, you and your
Golden
sister.
Girls.
I know. I don't have cable.
But I feel like, and also I was, because everyone is a Golden Girl, and I was telling Monét, because Monét did not get this, but Monét is Rose, like 100% Rose,
I can see that.
through and through.
You're B. Arthur.
I am 100%. Yeah, I'm Dorothy.
I don't even know who B. Arthur is, but I can just tell you are Rose. You are B.
She's
Arthur.
like mean, and she's like
Dry.
really dry, and then
old and crunchy.
they're all about the same age, and except
Sophia.
and you are Rose, who's kind of like the airhead. Like Rose always says stuff like when one of my favorite lines from Golden Girls ever was she goes, "My sister needs a kidney," and then Rose goes, "What for?" and then Bianca goes, "To feed the cat, Rose."
Sherry Vine, if you were a Golden Girls character, who'd you be?
Oh, I'm Blanche.
Oh,
Are you Blanche down?
She
Blanche.
is a Blanchery dude if I've ever seen one. That is not even up for debate.
Yeah.
We were talking to. Oh, wait, go ahead.
I'm so super excited. We always have a different guest, and like last January it was Alaska, and Bianca was supposed to do it and can't this time because she starts her new tour. So anyway,
Cancel.
we
Wow.
changed the episodes, and we're going to have Alec Mappa, which is really gorgeous too.
The only shot.
Oh, the
They're
clowns!
so scary.
Oh my god, I love clowns.
Really?
I'm obsessed with clowns.
I'm
and
scared of
my old
clowns.
assistant gave me his grandma died. They were all his clowns.
And
no
the one on the end with the red hair.
That's me.
The scariest clown of all. I am so scared of clowns.
I love clowns. I'm obsessed with clowns.
Scared of clowns. Look at yourself.
I think
Because they're always serial killers.
True.
All right, so I want to talk about the first time I saw Sherry Vine.
Oh, okay.
So we were at the now defunct bar, Boots and Saddles.
Oh, girl.
Word.
Are you serious?
Yes, this thing was gone.
I thought that was before your time.
No.
Oh, no, Boots and Saddle. Okay, sorry.
Well, when it moved to Christopher Street.
Actors Playhouse, right. Okay.
Yeah. No, before Actors Playhouse, it was on Christopher Street.
Right, forever.
Yeah.
Okay, I
It was-
remember.
I performed there for maybe, like 5 years.
Okay.
I worked there.
Thursday nights, right?
Yeah, and I was Tuesday nights, and then I was Thursday nights. So you were guesting at someone's show. I want to say, I can't remember who it was. It was your first time at Boots, I believe. And you were guesting at somebody's show. And you got up there, and I heard Sherry Vine. I saw your parodies online. I'm going to shit my pants. And you feel silly when you say stuff back out loud.
Which is probably one of the
Trust-
most-
yes,
like,
trust
you were
me.
like one of the original viral queens with that video. I shit my pants of the Gaga parody.
Yeah. I mean, drag queens, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you got on stage and you sang the song. By the way, at the time, this was a very big deal for me. I pulled out $20. This was like, I was like, please do Sherry-licious. I saw a video of you doing Sherry-licious online. I was like, I want to see you do Sherry-licious, which is still, it's a parody of Fergalicious, which is still my favorite one. And then you're like, look at this little fucking drag queen. I was like, do Sherry-licious.
Did I take your money?
You took it right out of my hand,
All right,
and you didn't do the song.
You really?
No, she didn't.
Oh, wasn't that shady, girl?
She said, I'll think about it, and walked right out the door. No, she didn't. And that was my first ever Sherry Vine experience, like when I met her in person.
All right, so I owe you $20.
I cannot remember my first time that I met you, Sherry. I mean, I remember like seeing you, obviously knowing that you were a big nightlife deal and you were like a nightlife celebrity. And I was like, oh my God, I really want to see her and watch her perform. But I don't remember like the first time I actually saw you.
I'm trying to think too.
I mean, I remember seeing you with Peppermint on Tuesdays at Therapy, but I don't remember I don't remember that was the first time I saw you.
I mean, we did that forever.
Yeah. So maybe that was the first time. But like the first time we had like an interaction, I don't remember. I just feel like we've been friends for so long.
We have.
I know.
I do have a question for you.
Oh, tell me.
When do you feel like people started using the word nightlife legend? Like, were you like, was there a day where you were like, I guess now they're just saying nightlife legend every time they say my name?
I take all of that with a grain of salt. Like, I don't sit around thinking that I'm a legend. And when people first started saying that, I was like, please don't call me that. It just sounds so like, I don't want to refer to myself that way. I'm just a queen. And then it's just been the past year or two where, Jackie and I've had this conversation where we're like, we should kind of embrace that. Like, why is it a bad thing to, like, we don't sit around talking, ooh, we're this or that at all. But it's like, okay, whatever. If you have to you have to continually evolve in the way you market yourself, okay? And especially with Drag Race now, which I love, I'm just saying it's kind of like narrowed the playing field of for work.
Yeah.
Before Drag Race, there were 5 queens that toured, like me, Jackie, Varla, Coco, and Bunny.
Yeah.
And now there's 150.
Yeah.
So you just kind of, so now to be just kind of like, okay, let's just be like, I think it was National Treasures, the show did Bunny, Bianca, me, and Jackie, where we were just like, okay, we can call ourselves legends.
Do you feel like it says something that, like, of all these Drag Race girls, when they go on tour, there's a few queens, very few queens who aren't Drag Race girls that tour with Drag Race girls, and you are one of them. You do the Australia tours, you did the National Treasures, like
Open
you have
for
done a lot of
Bianca.
stuff so you did a lot of stuff with. So doesn't that like speak to you as like, man, I am the fucking legend.
That is a blessing because there was a period like maybe 4 or 5 years ago where I clearly remember sitting in LA. It was me, Jackie, and Coco, and I don't think Varla was there, but we were like, ooh, what are we going to do?
Right.
What are we going to do? Like, no one wants to book us. And then it's just really, I think, just kind of like gone this full circle where people are like, oh, right, don't forget about them. And people like Alaska and Bianca and you who are like, oh, no, I want these queens. Like Alaska's like, I want Jackie to open for me. And I spent the summer opening for Bianca on tour. And so it's kind of like that, like, hey, don't forget about these people.
Yeah.
So it's
It's
brought it full circle.
It seems how fierce you are because I remember on the Australian tour, you know what I mean? Like you were, you get out there, people roar and they scream and they cheer for you because you're giving quality fucking work. You've done it for years.
That was a test because that was the first time they did that. But
Oh,
I
really?
guess it went well because we're doing it again.
Oh
so.
yeah, they would die.
It was really
You and
fun.
Jackie and
It's like when we were doing the Drag Queens of Comedy tour, and Jackie Beat was on this tour, and it's really funny. Jackie Beat would be backstage and she'll be like going on and on about how she's like, no one here to see me, and then of course because she's really funny, we should go out there. And I think that shows that the fans and the people in the audience are responding to seeing a girl from Drag Race or from TV. They also can't help but respond to talent.
Oh,
So when
yeah.
they see you come out there in Australia, they were ripping and roaring because you're shared by and you're really fucking funny.
I learned a lot. Like the first night that I opened for Bianca, I was terrified because these are like 3,000-4,000 seat venues, and they're clearly no one bought a ticket to see me. So I'm terrified because I'm like, fuck, I got to go out there. And she does what we do is so completely different, which actually turned out to be great. And I went out, and after the first 3 minutes, I was like, oh my God, do what you fucking do.
Yeah.
Just do it. And it was a huge success and really fun. And like the Instagram was like jumping. And I was like, okay, this
Yeah.
is like, so what? They don't know who you are. Make them, now they do.
Make them see.
Make them see.
What's that from?
She just made
Ragtime.
I was just discussing today. I saw Is it Ragtime?
Make them hear you, right?
Yeah.
Make them hear. Yeah, I was just I saw Ragtime in Berkeley, and I don't think it's a good play.
I never saw it.
Well,
Same.
it's about these. Okay, so what happens is in the end of Ragtime, all the black people are dead, and all the white people have thrived.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert, and also Jesus
Sounds
doesn't
like the
make it-
future.
Yeah, the father dies, but also the white mom marries the Jewish guy. Every black person is dead. I mean, from the baby, the
The
wife.
baby's not. The baby.
She buries the baby in the ground.
It is not. They take the baby, and then at the end of the play.
Oh, you see the little black baby come out.
Yeah.
So they
adopted
said, yeah, that's right. They did save the baby at the end, but they killed all the adults and they blew them up in the fireworks factory.
I didn't know Ragtime was a comedy.
Sherry Vine, we love you so much. Thank you for coming to delight in our delicious meals.
Thank you for cooking for me.
You're very welcome.
Do you have a suggestion for what we should cook for our next guest?
There's a great takeout place down the street. No, I'm totally kidding. It was great.
It was fun. And also, after this is going to get considerably harder for me because the only thing I know how to cook is noodles. So,
Yeah.
game on, Monét.
Oh, bitch, trust me, I'm gonna turn it out.
All right, thank you for coming.
Thank
I love you
Sherry.
both.
Let's embrace.
Thank you,
I'm not
guys.
hugging you.
Bitch, you lost. See, some motherfuckers be shady ass, sore loser.